So this is the new Fuji X100VI. Now in this video, I'm not going to do a full-fledged review, but more of sharing my experience using the X100 series camera for the very first time. Let's go. What's up guys, Jason Smashpop here. So we all know the X100V or rather X100V was the most hyped up camera online. People say it's because of TikTok, So upon further research, it's actually not because how great the photo quality is, but how the design is so vintage that it looks really good as a prop in your content, And I actually got to know about the X100 series when this was all happening globally, when there was a global shortage of this camera, okay? But now, this new generation, the 6, okay? As a first-time user, I feel that it is very solid. The design does look very vintage. I actually prefer the silver version. This is the black version. This is a review unit. I also pre-ordered my own version, which is a silver, which I'm still waiting for the stock to arrive. Not sure whether I'll get it this year or next year, but design-wise, it's very vintage. I love how I can actually grip the whole camera with one hand. The pancake lens is actually very compact that we can put it in, a small bag or even in a jacket pocket, which is very convenient. As a non-Fujifilm camera user, I feel that I need a little bit time to actually learn how to use the buttons and stuff. But after 2 to 3 weeks now, I feel it's very comfortable to use, and I really like bringing this around with me every day when I go out. So the first thing that I want to talk about, right, when it comes to design is the screen, okay? This screen at the back is actually flushed all the way inside the camera, so you actually don't get like a bulging camera screen at the back. And when it tilts, it actually tilts like 90 degrees, so you can actually place it lower on your waist level and just look down to the screen to take some waist level shots, or you can tilt it down so that when you are holding it up above your head, you can actually use it to capture like, concert photos and stuff like that. The one feature, or rather a hardware, okay, on this camera that truly impressed me, I've never seen something before, okay, like this in my whole photography career, is the viewfinder. So this thing, right, I can see you now through the optical viewfinder, which is like a glass, like I can see through it, right? But with the press of the button, it turns into a screen. It becomes an electronic viewfinder whereby I can see my menus, I can change my filters, I can actually see what the sensor sees. It is truly impressive, but not enough, because with another press of a button, I can actually have the optical and electrical at the same time. So it's like picture-in-picture mode, okay? Put it in your eyes and press the button and see how the viewfinder changes. Amazing. Now, of course, for everyone who takes photos using the Fujifilm cameras, they love like the film simulations, right? Because back in the days, Fujifilm actually makes film. So based on my experience, I usually rotate around a few. So the one that I use the most is Classic Chrome. And the new one, which is only on the Fujifilm X100VI, is called Reala Ace, okay? Apparently this Reala Ace is like some very famous film simulation, or even film that were used back in the days, and now they added the simulation in this camera. So most of my photos are actually taken using these two simulations, and I really like how the Reala Ace is very natural, yet contrast is also kinda high. I also take my photos in JPEG and RAW, because then I will then have the flexibility to edit the pictures using the RAW format if I don't want to use the JPEG version. But of course, the JPEG version is very good because it shoots in HEIF format, HEIF. Basically, it's like JPEG, but it saves a lot more data, and the size is actually not very big, okay? I really like the photos, and I can't wait to actually have my own unit so that I can take all my pictures using this camera. And to add on, I actually customized the front button to be digital tele converter, and that also means when I turn the ring, it actually crops in the sensor. So from 23mm, it can crop into 50mm, which is like a 2x zoom for people who are using phone to take photos. And you turn one more time, it actually goes into 70mm. So instead of walking near to the subject, you can actually crop and zoom in and get your photos, because now the sensor is about 40 megapixels, so you actually have a lot of real estate to crop and still get a very high quality photo. Now, before this, no one has actually mentioned that, hey, I'm using a Fujifilm X100 to shoot videos, right? But for this X100VI, they have actually improved the sensor so that now you get a very good sensor. You can shoot like in 4K, 4K 60, and it has IBIS, which is inbuilt image stabilization. They say it's about 4 to 5 stops if I'm not mistaken, which is good enough for your day-to-day, for your slow pans. Even under low light, you can still shoot some very stable videos. Now with this one camera, I can shoot great photos and also great videos. So after using this camera for about 2 to 3 weeks now, the question is this a hyped camera? If you want to get, photo quality or video quality from this camera, you can actually get it from many other cameras outside. But of course, you don't get the look of this camera because it's truly a vintage design. And to me, I would definitely get this camera for the OVF and EVF combination, because I cannot find this thing in any other cameras in the market now. So to me, the EVF should be hyped more than a camera. If you decide to buy now, please prepare yourself physically and mentally that you will probably get it next year or probably end of the year. Okay, so don't put your hopes high thinking that you will get this 1 month later. No, because it is already back ordered globally. And that's all from me. If you love gadget videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Click on the subscribe button below this video, share this with your friends, and follow me on all social platforms. My name is Smashpop, and I'll see you in the next video. Yo.